Welcome, I'm real-life Jarvis, an artificial intelligence assistant. The one from the Marvel's Iron Man movie, created by JARVIS Khan. In this course you will learn how you can make one AI assistant using Python programming language. I can do many things that you won't believe. Let me show you what I'm capable of.
Jarvis, turn on lamp.
Okay, sir, turning on lamp.
Jarvis, turn off lamp.
Okay, sir, turning off lamp.
Jarvis, turn on the AC.
Okay, sir, turning on the AC with temperature 20 degrees Celsius.
Turn on the lights, Jarvis.
Okay, sir, turning on the lights.
Turn off lights, Jarvis.
Okay, sir, turning off the lights.
Jarvis, turn on the wipers.
Okay sir, turning on the wiper.
Jarvis, open the left window.
Okay sir, opening the left window.
Jarvis, close the left window.
Okay sir, closing the left window.
Jarvis, play some songs.
Okay sir, opening the playlist.
Jarvis, how is the weather?
Sir, the temperature in the car is 25 degrees Celsius.
Jarvis, how much fuel do I have?
Sir, the fuel is around 12 liters. We can go 171 kilometers now. So, how was that? Do you liked it what you saw? These were just a few features that I'm capable of. Are you interested in this course? Then click that enroll button now to get started. In this course you will learn how you can create a basic artificial intelligence assistant similar to the one from Marvel's Iron Man movie. It is a beginner level course and more following courses are coming up soon. So what are you waiting for? Enroll now.
So welcome to this course in which you are going to learn how you can make your own personalized AI assistant. I'm your instructor Arbaz Khan and I will be teaching you how you can make your own personalized AI assistant Jarvis throughout this course. So if you have any doubts or you want to contact me, you can go to my instructor profile and you can find my social media links through which you can contact me personally. And if you have any doubts, so I can clear that doubts for you. And it will be similar from the Marvel's Iron Man movie, and the character Tony Stark has this AI assistant called Jarvis. So basically we are going to create this AI assistant Jarvis using Python programming language throughout this course. Also, all the code and all the resources will be available in the resources section of the course, so you can find all the code for the appropriate video in the resources section, so you can go and download that resources from there. So let's move into the course. So guys, first of all, in this session I will show you how we can set up the environment for the development of our AI assistant. So first of all, you need to go to this website, which is python.org, and you need to download the Python in your system and install it. So you can get the Python latest version or you can use any other version of Python, but I will recommend you to use Python 3.6.10, which I will be using throughout this series of videos. And after downloading and installing this, you can go here and download for your appropriate operating system. And after downloading and installing this, we also need another piece of software, which is Visual Studio Code. So it is an open source IDE from the Microsoft, and you can go and download it for free. You can use any other IDE as well, like Sublime Text or PyCharm, but I will recommend you to use this Visual Studio Code throughout this course, and I will be using this only. So you can go and download both of this piece of software, and after installing both of these software, you can open this Visual Studio Code, and I have already created a file named jarvis.py for our AI assistant. So after installing this both softwares, you will get a terminal like this. So if you type Python here, so it will open the Python shell. So as you can see, I'm using Python 3.6.2 and I will be using this throughout the course. So please make sure you download this version of the Python on your system, and also download the Visual Studio Code. So in the next video, we will try to install some dependencies for our AI assistant. So let's move to the next video. So many of you guys are getting error while installing Python and VS Code. So for that, I'm making this video. So in this video, we are going to set up the Python as well as the VS Code on our system. You will get the downloadable exe file of the Python in the resources section, and I will be adding a link to the VS Code in the description of this video, so you can go there and download it from there. So after downloading both of these software, we are going to install it on our system. So first of all, we will click on the exe file of Python, and after that this thing will pop up. So we are going to first of all select this add Python 3.6 to path, and so after that we are going to click on the customize installation, and you can see we are redirected to this page. So it has already selected all these things, so we will be keeping this thing and we will click on next. And after coming to this page, we are going to click on install for all users, and we are going to click on install. So you can see which all things are selected. So you need to select all these things and click on install. So it will install the Python on our system and also set the path for Python on our system. So let it install it on our system, and after it has installed successfully, we are going to open our command prompt and type Python over it, so we can check whether Python is working or not. So as you guys can see, it has successfully installed the Python on our system. So we are going to just click on close, and we are going to search CMD in the start menu, and we are going to open the command prompt, and we will type Python over here. So as you can see, it has opened the Python shell on our system. So we have successfully installed Python on our system. So let's just also check for the pip command if it is working or not. So if we type pip, so it should give such output. So as you can see, it has successfully installed the pip as well. So now what we'll do is we will install the VS Code IDE on our system. So we will click on the exe file of the VS Code, and we are going to do OK, and after that it will open this page for us. So we will click on I accept the agreement, and we are going to click on next, and we are going to again click on next, and we are going to click on next. We are going to select this create a desktop icon, and again we are going to click on next, install. So it will install the VS Code IDE on our system. Once the installation is finished, so we are going to open the IDE and set up the Python in the IDE as well. So as you can see, it has successfully installed the VS Code IDE on our system. So we are going to click on finish and launch. So it will open the VS Code IDE for us. So here is the welcome page of this IDE. So we are going to click on new file, and we are going to first of all click Ctrl+S to save this file, and we are going to name it as jarvis.py, and the type will be all, and we are going to save it. So we have now successfully created the Python file. So Now what we are going to do is we are going to click on this icon, which is extensions, and we are going to go onto this extensions icon, and after going to this icon we are going to see this marketplace where we can install different kinds of extension for our VS Code. So we are going to work with Python, so we are going to just click on this first extension, which is Python extension, and we are going to just click on install. So it will install the Python extension on our VS Code, using which we can work with Python code. Or if you don't get this Python at first, so you can also search here Python, so you will get the first link for this Python extension which we are going to use. So once it is finished installed, so we can see the Python version which will be available here. So it has successfully installed the Python extension on our VS Code. So as you can see, we can see the Python version here. So if you have multiple Python versions, so you can click on here and select the Python version 3.6, which will be available in the resources section. So you can install that version as well. You can use multiple version of Python with this VS Code IDE. So if you want to change the version, so you can click on here and you can select the multiple version of Python. So we have only one version right now, but if you have already installed Python on your system, so you can select from the multiple Python option, and you need to select the Python 3.6 from there. So that was it for this video. So let's move to the next session of this course. So from now, this session we will start making the AI assistant for you. So first of all, we need to install this package named PyTTSX3 on our system. So for that, we need to use a pip command to install that on our system. So for that, I will use pip. So I will open my terminal and type pip install PyTTSX3, and it will install the PyTTSX3 module on my system. So it is already installed on my system, and it will help us to convert the text to voice from our assistant. So I have already installed on my system, and you can use this command to install it on your system as well. So first of all, we will import this library. So I will type import PyTTSX3, and I will add a comment here. So you can use this command to install it on your system. And after that, we will first of all create a variable named engine. So I will type engine equals to PyTTSX3 dot init. So it will call the initial function of the PyTTSX3 module, and in that there is a so we will type engine dot say. So it is a predefined function, so it will convert the text inside this say function into speech. So first of all, we will I will type here hello world, and if I will save this and add another line which is engine dot run await, so it will wait till it is finished speaking. So I will save this file, and if I will try to run this, so it should say hello world.
Hello world.
So as you guys can see, it is able to speak whatever we pass here. So let me just try to change the text from here. So we will add this is JARVIS, and if I will save it and run it, so it should tell us this is JARVIS.
This is Jarvis.
So as you guys can see, we are successfully able to get the text to speech using the PyTTSX3 module up and running. So in the next video we will try to create a function using which we will call this text to speech thing into our program. So let's move to the next session of this video. So now in the previous video, as you have seen, we are successfully able to convert the text to speech. So let me just try to run this thing and show you.
This is Jarvis.
So as you can see, it is able to speak this text. So now what we'll do is we will create an function. Using that function, we will try to call this dot say engine dot say. So let me just try to create a function that we will name as speak, and in that function we will pass a variable which we will call it as audio. So we'll pass that whatever we want to convert to audio, so we will pass that thing in this function. So after that I will just cut these 2 lines from here and just paste it in the function, and after that I will remove this part from the engine.say and pass the audio here, and after that we can call this function and it should speak whatever we pass in that speak function. So let me just try to call that function and pass some string in it. So we will pass this is Jarvis AI assistant. Okay, so let me just try to save it and let's just try to run it. So it should speak this text inside this speak function. So let me just try to save it and run it.
This is Jarvis AI assistant.
So as you can see, it is able to speak using this speak function. So in the next videos we are going to try to get the date and time using the pre-built function in Python, which is datetime module. So let's move to the next session of this course. So in this session guys, we are going to create an function that will get us the current time using the built-in datetime module in Python. So in the previous part of this course, you have already seen how we can create this function that will convert the text to speech. So let me just try to show you this output of this program.
This is Jarvis AI assistant.
So as you can see, we have created this in the previous part of this course. So let me just try to remove this thing from here, and first of all we will import the datetime library. So I will type import datetime, and we will create a function for getting the time for us. So we will create a function time, and we will create a variable named time. So I will name it as time equals to datetime dot datetime dot now. So it will give us the current date time, and after that we will do dot str. So we will convert it to str. We will convert it into str, and after that we will pass a format in here. So let me just add the format. So here is the format. So using this format we will get the first parameter as hour, then we will get the minutes, and after that we will get the seconds. So after getting this thing, we need our Jarvis assistant to speak this time. So we will call the speak function, and in that we will pass the time variable. So it will get us the time using the previous function which we made. So let me just try to call this function at the end of this program, and it should give us the current time using the Jarvis AI assistant. So let me just save this program and try to run it.
7 hours 47 minutes and 49 seconds.
So as you guys can see, it is able to give us the current time. So in the next session, we will try to get the date using this date time function. So let's move into the next video. So in the previous video, we have created successfully this function which can get us the time. So let me just try to run this program and show you the output.
7 hours 48 minutes and 46 seconds.
So as you can see, we are successfully able to get the time using the JARVIS AI assistant. So in this video, we are going to get the date using the date time module. So let me just remove this function call from here, and let's just create another function for the date. So I will create def date, and in here we need to create variables for getting the hour, month and date. So for that, I will create a variable year. First of all, we will try to get the current year. So I will create a year variable, and in it I will add date time dot date time, and we want to get dot now. So it will return the current date time, and we will do dot year. So it will return us the current year, and we want all these things in the integer format. So we will typecast all these things. So I will wrap it into brackets and give it as int. So it will convert the year into integer format. So let me just try to copy this for the month and day. So we will do the same for the month, and we will change the variable name to month, and we want to get the current date. So for that, I will change the dot year to dot day, and after that we need to just so after this we just need to call the speak function, and it will speak. First of all, we want the date, current date. So we'll pass the date variable in the speak function, and I will just copy it, and after that I want it to say the current month, and at last it should tell us the year. So I will pass the year variable in the speak function, and at the end of the program I will just call the date function. So now let me just save it, and let's try to run it. So it should give us the current date, month and year. So let me just try to run it for you.
14/5/2020.
So guys, we are successfully able to get the date using the function to our JARVIS AI assistant. So in the next video, we will try to create a greeting function for us. So the function will greet us whenever we start this AI assistant, and it will update us about the time and date. And if we want to add some other features, so we can also add that things into that. So let's move into the next video. So in the previous video, we have created this date function which can get us the current date, month and year. So let me just try to show you the output of this thing. So let me just try to run it.
14/5/2020.
So as you guys can see, it is successfully able to get the date, and now in this video we will try to create a wish me function or a greeting function that will greet us whenever we start this AI assistant. So for that, I will just remove this function call from here, and we will create another function. We will name it as wish me. So after that, we will call the speak function, and in the speak function we will pass a string that will be welcome back sir. And after that, we want our AI assistant to tell us the current time and the current date. So we will call the speak function again, and we want our AI assistant to tell us that the current time is, and it should speak the time. So for that I will call the time function which we created previously, and after that it should speak the date. So I will again call the speak function, and in that I will give it a string that will be the current date is, and we also need to add a time here in this string, and after that we will just call the date function, and it should give us the current date. And at the end of this program, what I will do is I will call this, or I should also add another speak function here. So we will pass a string inside this function, and that will be JARVIS at your service. Please tell me how can I help you. So our JARVIS AI assistant will ask us this thing, and in the end of this program I will call the wish me function. So now what this code will do is, first of all it will speak welcome back sir, and it will speak the current time is, and it will give us the current time, and after that it will speak the current date is, and it will return us the current date, and after that it should speak JARVIS at your service, please tell me how can I help you. So let me just try to save the program and run it. So let's see the output of this thing.
Welcome back, sir. The current time is 7 hours 56 minutes and 21 seconds. The current date is 14/5/2020. Jarvis at your service. Please tell me how can I help you.
So guys, as you can see, we have successfully created this wish me function. So in the next video we will try to add some more features into it, like it should able to detect what time is it, like it is morning, evening, noon, so it will accordingly greet us with that. So if it is morning, so it should say good morning sir. If it is afternoon, so it should say good afternoon sir, and so on. So let's move to the next video. So in the previous video, we have created this wish me function using our JARVIS AI assistant, and it is able to like give us the current time and date. So let me just try to run this thing for you and show you the output of it.
Welcome back, sir. The current time is 7 hours 58 minutes and 1 second. The current date is 14/5/2020. Jarvis at your service. Please tell me how can I help you.
So now in this video what we will try to do is, like we want to add the greeting for the day. For example, if it is morning, so the JARVIS AI assistant should greet us with good morning, and if it is afternoon, so it should tell us good afternoon, and so on. So for that, first of all we need to create another variable. So we will name it as hour. So using this hour variable, we will try to check what time is it using a if else statement, and we will try to check what time is it and give the appropriate wishing to the user. So for that I will do hour. I will create a variable hour, and in that I will do date time dot now dot hour and dot hour. So it will give us the current hour, and after that we will add some if else statement here. So I will add if hour is greater than equals to 6, means after 6 a.m. and at the same time it should be less than 12, so it means less than 12 noon. So after that, if this time is on, so we want to greet the user with good morning, so we will call the speak function, and we will pass a string that will be good morning sir, and we will add an elif statement for checking the same thing for the noon. So I will add an elif statement, and I will again check with the same hour variable. If it is less than equals to 12, means 12 p.m. and it is less than 18, which is 6 p.m. So if the time is between this time frame, so we will call the speak function and tell the user good afternoon. So and we will check the same for the evening, so I will add another elif statement, and we will again check with the hour variable. So this time it should be less than equals to 18, and we also need to add hour in here also, because what we need to check with the hour variable only, so we need to add the hour here as well. So we will add hour is less than 24, which is 12 a.m. So in here we will add the speak function again, and we will pass good evening. So and we will add an else statement, and we will add a speak function again, and in that speak function we will give good night. So if it is the time is between the 9:12 a.m. and 6 a.m., so it is said good night. So and that's it, so it should work now. So let's just try to save these changes and try to run this thing and see the output of this thing.
Welcome back, sir. The current time is 8 hours 2 minutes and 41 seconds. The current date is 14/5/2020. Good evening, sir. Jarvis at your service. Please tell me, how can I help you?
As you can see, it is successfully able to greet us with good evening, and currently the time is 8 p.m. So our greeting function is working perfectly. So let's move to the next session of this course and try to see what is coming up next. So in the previous part of this course, we have successfully created this wish me function. So what this function does is, like, it welcomes the user and tell us the current time, date, and wish us according to the daytime. Like if it is morning, evening, afternoon, so it will accordingly greet us. So let me just try to call this function in the end of the program and show you the output of it.
Welcome back, sir. The current time is 8 hours 42 minutes and 37 seconds. The current date is 14/5/2020. Good evening, sir. Jarvis at your service. Please tell me, how can I help you?
So as you can see, we are successfully able to make this greet function. So now from this part of the course, we will try to get the command from the user. So for that, we need to install a library which is called speech recognition. So I will just paste the command here, so which is pip install speech recognition, and I will hit enter. So it will install it on my system. So it will help us to recognize voice through our microphone. And let me just give it through our microphone. And for kind information, it requires continuous internet connection for recognizing the voice. It uses internet for recognition. So please note that you are connected to internet. So let me just import this library. So I will type import speech recognition as SR. So we will create a variable for that, and I will add the command here. So you can use this command to install the library for you, and we will create another function which will be take command. So using this take command function, we will take the command from the user. So in the take command function, first of all, we will create another variable r, which will be equals to sr.recognize. So we are initializing the recognizer in the r variable, and after that we need to use width, and we want to get the input from our user through the microphone. So for that we will type sr.microphone. It is a function, and we will do as source, so it will be our source for the input. And so, and in here we need to print listening, so we can get this on the terminal, so we can see if it is listening for our commands or not. So after that, we want to do r.pause threshold, and we will put it as 1. So it will wait for 1 second, and then it will listen the audio. So whenever we start the program, so it will wait for 1 second, and after that it will start listening to the audio. So after putting the threshold, we will do audio equals to r.listen source, so it will listen to our microphone, as we have mentioned that with sr.microphone as source. So here is the variable source, so we are passing the source variable in the listen function, r.listen function. And after that we need to add a try except block, so we will do try print. If we are getting the input through the microphone and it is successfully able to recognize the voice, so we will first of all try to recognize the thing. So we will type recognizing. So all these things will be printed on our terminal, so we can see if our program is working or not. So it will, after we give it the input through the listen function, it will try to recognize it, and we will create another variable which will be query. So whatever we will give it the input, so we will get it in this variable. So whatever it recognizes, it will go into this variable which is query. So we will do r.recognize Google. So we are going to use Google for recognizing this thing. And first of all, we will pass the audio. So as you can see, we are getting this the voice from the microphone in this audio variable. So we are passing this audio variable, whatever we said, and we will set the language of this to English. So let me just type en-in, so it will be English India. So after that we will print whatever we said. So we want this thing to be printed on here, so we want to print the query. So that's it for this, and we will create an exception. So if any error occurs or if it is not unable to recognize this thing, so we will do exception as e, and in here, what we will do is print the exception what we are getting, and that's it for now. So let me just try to add another thing, which is we want if this thing works in the try block, so we want to return the query. So we will be returning the query, so we can use this query in our program whenever we need. For example, we want to give it a command to turn on lights or do a specific thing like send email and all that things. So we need this query in for the program which we are going to code. So we are going to return this query, and if it gets exception, so we are going to return nothing. So we are going to return none. And we can also add call our speak function here. So if our AI assistant is unable to, what we can say, recognize the command which we said, so we can add say that again please. So it will ask us to say that thing again. So let me just try to save this program, and in the end of this program I will call the take command function. So let me just try to call this function and save it, and let's just try to run this thing and see if it is able to like get the. Also we need to add a comma here between these two things, so it will not give us any error. So now let's just try to run this thing and see if it is able to recognize our voice or not. So let me just save it and run it. Hello, this is test. So as you can see, it is able to recognize our voice and give us the output, that is hello, this is test. So it requires an internet connection for recognizing these things. So in the next videos we are going to use this query which we are getting through this take command function and try to perform some operations on our JARVIS AI assistant, like sending emails, and many more things are coming up. So stay tuned with the course. So let's move to the next section of this course.
Get ready for major remodel, fellas. We're back in hardware mode.